Hey guys, we're just going to do a recap here for those of you who have been sick in class. I know it's been a pretty rough winter all in all. So if you've been absent, I want to talk about some of the stuff we went over for the midterm. We're starting here with a photo, once again, that I took off of the internet from a free website. Not stealing any images here today. Like this one, it's got a building in it, which is part of the requirement for the midterm. And I'm just going to start off by showing you how to do a value sketch, and then we're going to do a color study. So we have done values in class before, and I'm starting off with a 5-value spectrum here. So getting darker in each square down there, and I'm listing it 1 through 5. Now I'm thinking about my image, and I'm thinking about what we talked about where the horizon line is going to sit. And that's going to be not quite in the middle. It's not fun to have the horizon line in the middle of the image. I'm going to start by roughly drawing out my image, and I'm going to throw in values. I'm just doing it with a number 2 pencil. I'm on watercolor paper here, it doesn't have to be. I'm also indicating my focal point, which I think is going to be that middle window at the top there. And I might, of course, change my values around a little bit to make that focal point stand out more. That is going to be a 5, certainly, the darkest dark there, but I think I might also lighten the wood around it to make it stand out even more, at least a 3 and a 2 there. Then I'm thinking about the dandelions in the foreground. The dandelions are going to be a 1, and the grass around it will probably be a 2, so they won't be the focal point, but it will fall forward on the image. Now I've moved over to my color study, and I want you guys always to start with a color wheel for your color study. You don't have to put all of the colors on your palette that are on your palette, but do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Now I've chosen one color that I'm going to eliminate from my palette. That's one of the requirements for the midterm. I've chosen to eliminate red, and you can see I've indicated that I'm going to now just cover basically yellow through maybe a little bit of blue and violet. So I'm not allowed to use red here. Now I'm just roughly filling in the colors that I intend to use. So they're mostly in the green, spring green, a little bit of phthalo, a little bit of lemon yellow falling in there, and then going into the colors of the barn, not using any red, just getting some darks in there, using some blues, some browns, and maybe a little bit of purple, but no red. Now I'm considering the values that I'm using, but they don't need to be absolutely perfect. The colors in the color study are what are important. The values in the value study, or the value sketch, are what's important there. So I'm starting my drawing here, and especially with buildings, you're going to sometimes want to use a ruler, especially if you don't feel that comfortable, which I don't always feel comfortable drawing man-made structures without a ruler. Now, this barn is not the most straight, like it's kind of falling down, so it's acceptable for not all the angles to match up. And I also don't want it all to be ruler-based. As we talked about in one of the other videos, one of the things that we like is not completely all straight lines all the time as viewers. So I'm definitely filling some lines in there just freehand, and it's going to be even more emphasized when I come back in with a brush and work on just kind of a looser painting on top of it. Now I'm working in the tree behind the barn, and one thing that I find helps a lot when I'm working on trees is actually not to lift my pencil at all, and to hold the pencil farther back than you normally might. It helps it have a more painterly quality when you're finished. I'm kind of applying that as well to the barn. Trying to not lift my pencil as much, make the lines continuous. It just adds a nice quality to the line work. Now you see I'm just filling in some cast shadows there, and this is the drawing that I am using for the final painting. This is on the final piece of paper. Now I'm filling in the circles of the dandelions, some stems back there, and sometimes you may want to cut corners here and not actually fill in all the circles, but I'm being precise, and though some of this is going to be loose, I do actually want to indicate to myself where I'm going to leave the white of the paper there. Okay, there's a recap from last week's class, and the next video will be me actually painting that. Thanks for listening. See you next time.